From right to left, the first building after the assembly hall you just visited is the Ubosat or ordination hall, also called Bot. There is always an Ubosat in every monastery, and it is here that monks perform their liturgies, so it must have space for at least 25 people. Generally, lay people cannot access this place. A Buddha statue presides over the hall, and in front of it, an altar with offerings of lotus buds and incense is placed. Although its design is similar to the vihara, there is one architectural element that marks the difference. Take a moment to observe the exterior of the building to try to identify it. The doors are generally situated at both ends, and the windows are not too large, just big enough to enjoy the sunlight while maintaining an environment conducive to meditation, and they are in odd numbers, the favorite of the Thais. Returning to the question of the difference from the vihara, you have surely noticed some carved stones, or boundary stones, surrounding the building. These are called semas, and their function is precisely to delimit the especially sacred space of this building. Next to the Ubosat is the unmistakable golden stupa. Let's move on to it. When humans have something they consider particularly valuable, they express it by giving it a privileged position. One way to do this is through constructions that stand out in the environment. Thus began funerary monuments. Over time, what were initially simple stones became much more sophisticated structures, such as the pyramids of Egypt and the stupas of India. Stupas like the one you have in front of you now. In this same sense, some of their parts can be interpreted. The ornamental umbrella crowning it relates to its use among the Indian population, functional for facing the scorching rays of the sun, but also a sign of dignity and honor. The parts of a stupa, from top to bottom, are the aforementioned ornamental umbrella, the bell, and the pedestal. In summary, stupas are monuments that remember and honor Buddha and everything he represents. The third building, located to your left, is a second vihara called Lay Calm. It is a hall that houses a Buddha very popular and revered by Thais. It is believed to possess protective and healing powers. This building is a magnificent example of the typical Lana architecture of Chiang Mai, with low walls and a three-tiered roof slightly curved, adorned with golden details and carved wood, characteristic of Lana craftsmanship. Summary of the visit to Wat Phra Sing Temple. There are 4 main structures in Buddhist monasteries. 2 of them are very similar buildings but with different functions. In the vihara or assembly hall, monks gather with the faithful to perform liturgical celebrations, and it is a hall that allows other useful functions for the community. The Ubosat or ordination hall is exclusively for monks and, for obvious reasons, there must be one in every monastery. It is distinguished from the vihara because the building is surrounded by carved stones called semas. The pyramid-shaped structure is called a stupa or chairdi and is a funerary monument that honors Buddha and represents his entire legacy. Finally, not all monasteries have a library, but they are very valuable for maintaining and spreading the spiritual path that is Buddhism. By the way, do you know what a group of faithful meditating in a temple is called? Well, it's a concentrate of concentrates. That was a joke. In case you didn't like it, here's another one. Do you know why a Buddhist rejected the job as a mail carrier? Because he didn't want to get attached to the mail. How about this last one?